everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. Today we're going to be getting into two of the... Dagnabbit, I've already forgotten how to say it. Hygge. No, that's wrong. That's very wrong. Shucks.
Hygge.
I could have tried forever. The Hygge box, these are boxes that are supposed to be dedicated to like a comfortable, relaxed lifestyle, which is everything I'm searching for, to be fully honest. That's all I want out of life, is just to be comfortable and maybe relax just like a little. So we have already done one unboxing of this box on the channel, and at that point we were trying to decide if it's something that we wanted to keep like as a permanent fixture here on the channel. However, I had to subscribe for 3 months instead of just like a singular month, so I went ahead and paid like $177 all at one time to get 3 months worth of boxes. So here's the rest of them. The issue is I'm looking at their website here and I don't know, like, perhaps if it's a little bit curious that the singular monthly billed box, which is $64, is sold out again. I don't know if it's just kind of always sold out as a way to get people to subscribe for 3 months, or if that's just, maybe it just really is sold out. But either way, it appears right now that you can only purchase the 3 months worth of boxes for $186. It went up in price. Or you can get 6 months worth of boxes for $360, which is a lot. So we have 2 different months of boxes here. I have no idea which month is which box, but we'll just, which one feels the heaviest? Maybe this one. We'll save this one for last and we'll go for this one. Ooh, bees! We got a cute little card with some bumblebees on it. I'm hoping maybe there's some bee themed things in here because I think bees are precious. All right, let's dig on into this. Okay, alrighty. Right off the top here, I'm just slightly nervous because we have a very pretty little pack of seeds. And that means that they intend for me to plant something and keep it alive, which has never happened even one time. The artistry on the front of this, the imagery, beautiful. I really love a nice little floral pattern like this, but I feel like they're sealing the fate of these poor little seeds by putting them into my hands. So this contains 400 milligrams of pollinator flower mixed seeds. This is the pollinator seed mix. Apparently it will cover 10 square feet. How big is it? Like a 5x5 space. That's still a lot of flowers for me to just murder. So you're supposed to prepare a bed of loose soil, sprinkle the seeds in the prepared area, cover loosely with soil, keep the area moist until the plants are about 6 inches tall. It really is that easy. Oh, you say that, you say that. I've had a plant before, I bought it from Lowe's. There was like spikes and stuff sticking out of it that had like advertisements that were like, unkillable, indestructible, you can never kill me kind of plant. Guess what I did? I killed it. It didn't last very long. I personally love the idea of having like a wildflower garden. When I was growing up, I moved a lot because my dad would like build and sell houses. But we had one house that had like this little, not like a courtyard, like we weren't that fancy, but like a little indent into the house that led to like a little door, and my mom planted, just like shook around a bunch of different like wildflower seeds, and we had like wildflowers that grew in there, and I think that's so beautiful and I would love to do that. But I just know they're gonna die. But so pretty. The only thing I am a little bit concerned about is I think you're supposed to have like, if you are gonna do a wildflower garden, it might need to be like stuff that's native to your area. And this comes from Cambridge, New York. So these are like fancy wildflowers. I don't know what we have native here in Kentucky besides, I guess, goldenrods. I think that's our state thing. But regardless, I love the idea of planting flowers so little butterflies and bees have, you know, some flower juice. Next up we have a little baggie of some herbal tea. This is the Lemon Gingerly Herbal Tea Blend from Nat and Bee. All cute. In here we have ginger root, lemon verbena, orange peel, turmeric root, lemon peel, lemongrass, spearmint, and oh no, licorice root. I hope that's the last of like the ingredient list there. I'm hoping that's just like a whiff, like a little, like tiniest little sprinkle of licorice root, because licorice is horrifically disgusting. Anything that tastes of licorice, I cannot consume. You're supposed to use 2 teaspoons with 208 Fahrenheit water, very specific. It makes 8 ounces, and I guess you steep it for 5 to 10 minutes. It does also come in compostable packaging, and it is home produced. This is kind of stuff I like. I like a good home produced herbal tea in a compostable brown bag. Like I am into that kind of stuff. All right, those were just basically on top. We're pretty much just getting into the crinkles now and like the bulk of the box. Ooh, a snack. Popcorn. Ooh, I love a popcorn. Honey lavender. That'll be a new one for me. Next up here from Cornucopia, Cornucopia, because corn, popcorn, I get it. Okay, Cornucopia popcorn from Austin, Texas. This is a honey lavender caramel corn with pure lavender added to their sweet honey caramel popcorn. Ooh, handcrafted, gluten-free, made with non-GMO corn. I would love to pretend that I actually know what GMOs are, but I do not. Growth, mutation, I don't know, something about growing, maybe, I don't know. I do absolutely love caramel corn, but I've never had lavender, I gotta say, anywhere near popcorn, so this should be interesting. I really like that it's handcrafted in small batches. I think it's a little funny that there's no high fructose corn syrup in their popcorn as like a selling point, but yeah, this should be fun. It smells pretty good. It really doesn't have a super intense floral scent. I was a little bit nervous it was just gonna be like a lavender bouquet when I smelled it, but I'm not really picking up on too much lavender at all. I got some nice little puffy corns here. Nice crisp. I gotta let my mouth get used to it. Do I like what's happening? I keep eating it. Okay. So I don't think it's gross by any means. Like, it's really fluffy and like crispy. You know, they get the sweetness from the caramel and the honey in there. I just don't know if I'm exactly the target audience for this flavor combination, mainly because of the lavender. Once you get a few pieces popped in and you're crunching, you can really start to like taste that lavender building up on your tongue. And at first I almost didn't even taste it at all, and I was like, this isn't really lavendery. But by the end of it, I was like, oh, I'm chewing flowers. And I don't love floral tastes really, so like maybe not my particular favorite type of caramel corn. If I had to pick between regular caramel corn and a honey lavender, I would just pick the regular. But if you really love lavender and you like gnawing on a flower a little bit, you might love this. Ooh, okay, we have something in bubble wrap, we have a little box, and then potentially a candle, which you guys know I love. Next up here from Earth Harbor, this is the Treasure Barrier Boosting Glazing Milk. Oh, that actually sounds kind of nice. We've had a lot of things from Earth Harbor in the past in subscription boxes, but never a glazing milk. This is a oat ceramide and golden herb tincture, 2 fluid ounces or 60 milliliters. It is for all skin types, dermatologist tested and sensitivity tested. It is supposed to be a lightweight essence moisturizer that sinks in instantly, calming and smoothing and fortifying your skin barrier with every wear. That sounds really nice. I definitely think over the years I've compromised my skin barrier through various means. So I really do like things that include ceramides and stuff to try to build that back a little bit. Oh, okay, the product in the bottle, like, it looks kind of pretty. I like the glass bottle, and I'm really liking this kind of like room temperature softened butter shade. This very pale yellow. I think that's really nice. Part of me wants to like paint a wall this color now, or at least maybe several. It looks like a very calming color. This is supposed to be plant-based, truly clean, with proven actives, sensitive skin approved, carbon neutral, ocean friendly, ethically sourced, and woman owned. All of those are lovely. Let's give it a sniff. Not what I was anticipating. Well, I had butter on the brain. It doesn't smell buttery at all, but I don't know what that smells like. Part of me wants to say slightly like new car scent. You know that smell? I don't know if that's just how cars come and why they all smell like that, or if that's like a particular fragrance that the dealership like sprays into things. But they all have a very similar smell. Yeah, a little bit like that. Like a fresh Toyota. We'll do one little pump on the back of the hand just to see what the texture is like. All right, it is a little bit creamy, a little bit milky. It just kind of feels like a standard serum, but I'm sure it's nicely moisturizing and it feels pretty good on the skin. Soaked in really well, so that's nice. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and move along to what I'm hoping is a candle. Oh, I think it is. What tiny little candle in a tiny little jar. How precious. This is from Hygge House. Hygge House. This is their Soft Bloom Soy Candle. Very nice. Oh. Soft Bloom is like the perfect scent descriptor for what this smell is. It smells incredibly soft. It smells like a very soft flower. Oh, that actually smells super good. It's lightly powdery and just a little bit vanilla-y with some florals at the end that definitely aren't overpowering. Overpowering. It's virgin on grandma's perfume, the slightest bit, but it's so soft, you don't get that like super strong baby powder, you know, kind of florally, sickeningly floral scent. I like it. And I do like that it is a soy candle. I'm hoping that it's a full soy candle and not like a soy blend, but yeah, very nice. Alrighty folks, moving on here to our final item and some bubble wrap. It looks bowl-esque, so I'm excited to see what this is. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's a tiny little bee bowl. That's precious. Oh, I like that a lot. Next up here, we have just the cutest little pottery bee bowl. The base of it looks kind of hive shaped. I like how they have the matte exposed clay and then they have the glaze of the kind of mustardy yellow. That's so precious. And then we have adorable little bees all the way around it. It is fairly small, but it's cute as a button. No, okay. I was like, maybe put the candle in that you can't. Well, that's slightly disappointing. Truly, I was hoping that this was handcrafted, artisan made, something like that. There is a chance that it's handcrafted, but I would say perhaps not in like small local batches by like a little business somewhere, because it has a big like made in China barcode on the bottom here. It's from Abbott, China. From the seams and stuff that I'm seeing, it does look like it's probably just molded and not actually hand sculpted. But I mean, it's still precious. It's very, very cute. I'm just wondering if like something that is mass produced, kind of wholesale purchased and sold, something you'll probably find at your local Home Goods, if it would be worth it for a more expensive box like this. Because if this was like handmade by a little crafter somewhere, I'd be like, oh, that's adorable, precious. That makes it more valuable to me personally. If I know somebody is charging well and getting paid well for their work and they're crafting it by hand and things, I'm sure there's hands that have crafted this, but it's just in a little bit of a different context. So I'm just not quite sure, for me personally, how valuable this item would be as it exists as kind of just a mass-produced wholesale item. I'm just gonna real quickly take a little picture and just see if I might be able to find this exact item listed anywhere else online, maybe we can get a value for it. Oh, interestingly enough, the wholesale website that I am a part of, it has these. Now, my shop Second in Maine does use a wholesale website. It's a great way to find like actual handcrafted stuff from people around like Kentucky. We really like to do local stuff, or at least, you know, Kentucky, Tennessee, that area if we're gonna find wholesale like online, but most of our stuff in the store is like local vendors. So we have a Fair account, which is a wholesale website, and it appears from my Googling that Abbott Wholesale on Fair has the exact planter, exact same little itty bitty tiny beehive planter for $3.50. Now that is the wholesale price. That is the wholesale price. The MSRP is $7. So that's maybe not fantastic if we're trying to calculate a value here for our box. I will say that I personally don't sell on Fair, but I have looked into it and stuff, and I know that Fair takes a a fairly good portion of the sale price, I think. Like there's, you know, fees and that kind of stuff, just like any online selling. So this probably actually cost them, I mean, probably pennies to make. But once they're actually done selling at the wholesale price, they might be making like $2 maybe off this. So that is a little bit disappointing. Like I said, it's precious, it's adorable, I love it. If somebody was selling these actually handmade, like they crafted it with their own phalanges, as a small artist, and I saw this at like a market or something, this to me would be worth, I would, you know, well, I'm very cheap. I don't like to spend a ton of money. I would fully understand. If they had this listed with a little like handmade tag for like 25, 30 bucks. I'd be like, that's a fairly normal price for a handcrafted pottery piece. But if I saw this at the TJ Maxx or the Home Goods with the Made in China sticker slapped on the bottom and it was $7, I would say, that's a cute little B cup. I'm not gonna pay $7 for it, but it's a cute little B cup. So it changes the value for me personally. But if you do make handmade B cups and you're looking to bring your pottery business to life online, today's sponsor Squarespace would be perfect for you. Squarespace is the best place to help turn your dreams into a reality online. With Squarespace, you can bring your pottery business to life, grow your existing brand, start that blog that you've always wanted to, or even create a family website to help connect loved ones. There's just so much you can do with the Squarespace all-in-one website building platform. But to get you started, Squarespace offers so many designer templates that you can fully customize, which allows you to create a unique online presence that perfectly fits your brand or business. Blueprint AI Website Builder will help you build a fully custom site in just a few steps. They make it so easy to create your own custom site that I, the least tech-savvy person on the internet, can do it. Now, of course, your unique custom site will need an equally unique name, and Squarespace Domains makes it easy to find the best name for your business at one fair price with no hidden fees. And if you're looking to sell online, whether you offer products or services, Squarespace has everything you need to grow your business and get paid all in one place. So if you're wanting to create a custom space for yourself, build a brand, grow your business, and succeed online, Squarespace has you covered. So check out squarespace.com/Alexandria Ryan for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, use code Alexandria Ryan for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And as always, thank you so much, Squarespace, for your longtime support of the channel. It makes videos like these possible, and it really means the world to me. All right, what did we get in this first box? Okay, we got some caramel corn, a little bit of tea, a small amount of flowers, sorry, and then we got this thingy, and then the candle. I'm gonna see if I can try to figure out some prices for these other items to see if it's worth it at all, and then I'll be right back. I said I was gonna come back to you guys after I had prices and everything figured out, but like I feel like we need to go through this together a little bit because I'm getting fairly disappointed. So first we found this, and then I found the candle on their website. It is $16 for a 4-ounce soy candle. I think that's insane. Personally, as somebody who sells candles, makes candles, has sold thousands of handmade candles made in our shop, we sell ours for $12.99, and they are 9 ounces. So they're more than double the size of this candle, and they're $3 cheaper. So $16 for that much soy wax and an off-center wick, I think is insane. However, it is actually 100% soy, so that's good, cotton wick, all that kind of stuff, but that's a lot of money. Here's where I started getting a little bit extra disappointed. I just went ahead and Google lensed this little pack of seeds, and it took me straight to Amazon. Straight right there. This is from the Bentley Seed Co., which might be a small business. That's great. But the only thing is, you can buy like a big pack of them on Amazon for $29.95, which sounds expensive, but when you go down to actually look at the individual count price, it is $1.20 a pack. So again, not swinging big here with the value. All right, on the Nat and B website, the lemon gingerly herbal tea blend, we have 0.5 ounces here. Okie dokie. Let's click on the sample. Is that what we have? Because on their actual website, 2 ounces, which is the smallest you can get before it's a sample size, is $10. So we have 1/4 of that, which I'm assuming is the sample, and that is 3 smackaroonies. What are the kids saying about like saxophones and getting louder or something? I'm a little bit nervous about how much of a ripoff this is becoming. Okie dokie. It's seeming like the cornucopia popcorn bag here is $4.50. Wow, I can't believe that this singular milk glaze is worth like $50 for us to get any value. That's incredible. Let's go ahead and see exactly how just many dollars it is worth. Okay. Well, you can buy it from resellers on eBay for $9, or you can also buy it on the the Earth Harbor website for $22. Or if you want to subscribe to it, you can save 10% but only spend $19.80. So that's an option too. Okie dokie. I've lost my pin. How did I manage that? I haven't moved. Oh, let's get Okay. So once you add up all of the prices of all the different items inside of this box, I got a grand total of $56.70. And what's not so good about that is if you were to purchase the singular box, which I'm not even 100% positive you can, because I've never seen it not sold out, it's $64. If you get the 3-month box little pack, it's $62 a box, and then if you get the 6-month pack, it is $60 a box. And all of those numbers are bigger than the $56.70. So the value of the box is less than you're paying for it. And in the world of subscriptions, that's a no-no. Like that's one of the reasons that you get the subscription is to get the value. These aren't items that you can pick for yourself. These aren't items that like you go put into a cart and be like, ooh, I love this flavor of popcorn and I like this flavor of tea and this scent of candle. You're getting a value because you can't pick it usually. Sometimes there are customization options and things. That's great, but usually the value is either coming from things being less money than you would buy them for regularly online, or the value is coming from the quality and the rareness of the items themselves, right? So we've had some subscription boxes where I don't really count the value nearly as much because the items are all handmade or they're coming from a country I usually can't buy things from. It's an experience and access to an experience that I don't usually have. But here, I can buy all these things. I can buy every single one of these things on my own and get exactly what I would like. That being taken into account, that's a really bad deal. That's a bit of a ripoff right there. Okay, let's move on to the other box. Maybe it's better. We'll see. I wonder if they lied. Hold on. This will actually really bother me if they've fibbed about anything. Okay, like this here, right? Going down to the planter, there's little like descriptions about all this stuff, and the way that they're talking about the planter, which it's very clearly obvious, this is not a handmade planter, but the way they're talking about it, it says, set this planter where the light lands, let it hold on to something living, the hand-painted bees, the warmth of the shape, something about it makes the room feel tended to in the best possible way. Which is like a really like lofty description of a wholesale factory made little bee pot that you can get for $3.50 wholesale. Now I did count it as $7, so like it's $7 on my little list of prices here, but we know that they're able to buy it for maximum $3.50. And honestly, they might have been able to fool me if they had ripped this like barcode off the bottom and the little made in China sticker. They could have potentially fooled me that this was actually a handcrafted, handmade item. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there were hands involved, just maybe not in the way that I would prefer. But I don't love how they're trying to make it seem a little bit more special than it truly is. It's still very cute, it's just not potentially very valuable. Okay, let's move on to the next box. I'm nervous. Box number 2. All right, what we got in here? All right, we got some flowers here on the card. Hopefully there's nothing else in there I gotta keep alive. Oh, it's very pretty. It looks all packed really nicely. I think this is a very nice presentation. Okay, another thing that can give value to a box like this is the experience. I will give them that. but I do also think the experience should be a little bit more special than things you can just buy yourself like regularly. Anywho, okay, let's get into this. First thing I'm seeing here is another tea. So we have a very cute little tea tin. I actually do love this little tea tin of the Tea Haven Moroccan Mint Green Tea Blend. It is supposed to be a cool and invigorating mint breeze in a cup. There are 6 cotton tea bags in here, which I do like that they are made out of cotton. I guess tea bags, some of them, or a lot of them, are made out of plastic. I did not know that. So it's nice that these are cotton. It's best before December 2027. That's, yeah, now is before then, so that's good. It says you're supposed to heat 8 ounces of water to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Use 1 tea bag per cup. Pour water, steep for 3 minutes. I gotta say, I'm a bit of a rebel when it comes to tea. I put at least 2+, depending on the size of the cup I'm using, tea bags into my tea, and then I just let it sit there for the entirety of my drinking time, because I can't stand like an unflavored beverage, like a watered down version of something. I can't stand it. So I want to be able to like taste it. I want it to be minty if it's going to be Moroccan mint, but those are lovely instructions. I'm sure you probably should follow them. This is apparently woman owned and they use the freshest tea leaves. Oh, I love the baggies. Oh, these are super cute. Oh, I'm just now realizing that maybe I've never used a non-plastic tea bag before, because I've never seen, this looks vintage. Like this looks like a vintage tea bag, and it's a precious, it's adorable. I really actually like this a lot. Pinky, like Pinky's Up, or is that your name? Crafted by a woman on, oh my gosh! Crafted by a woman on our team, your cup uplifts her future. Oh, that's fun. Are there more people? Oh, there are more people! We have Naya, Manpreet. Naya again, thank you Naya. Manpreet again, thank you Manpreet. And another Manpreet. Manpreet's putting in some extra work here. I love these. I know you're supposed to just, you know, put them in a cup and drink them, but like shucks, I really like these. Part of me can see like maybe a really pretty kind of glass jar thing with like a little pretty lid on it, with these all filled up inside of them, because the little bags are so cute. I love the color of the tags. I'm trying to decorate with tea. That's not what most people are going to be doing with their tea bags, but these are very pretty. Pretty. They smell really good too. That's nice. Alrighty, following that, we have a little box here. This is Fleur and Bee, Eyes Baby. Oh, like Ice Baby. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. It does come in a cute little amber jar, and it just looks like your standard cream. A very, very light scent to it, nothing crazy. But yeah, that's nice. I do think it is interesting that they have like skincare stuff in here as well. So it's like a lifestyle and skincare kind of overall wellness box, I guess. So that's nice. It is also cruelty-free, 100% vegan, and sustainably made. They also give 1% to charity. That's really nice. Every purchase helps provide menstrual care and education to girls in need. Wonderful. It's also made without parabens, sulfates, artificial fragrances, and 1,300 other nasties. I really like how they worded that. Other nasties. Okie dokie. I think we're looking at yet another very overly expensive soy candle here from Hygge House. This is the Quiet Bloom soy candle. Oh my gosh, the wick is like way off center on that one. Ooh, okay. That's a pretty strong scent. The other one was so like light and kind of soft. This one it's a little bit sharp. I feel like there's a lot of lavender in here. It's a bit strong. Whew, buddy, I was gonna go ahead and see if I could find the listing for this one to see if they would have, you know, like the different fragrance notes listed or anything, but I'm not actually able to find this one on the website. Okay, anywho, I do think it's just a very, like, heavy, pretty intense lavender scent. There's some lavender fields here on the front little sticker. So yeah, that's the very heavy-handed on the lavender. So if you're not really into that kind of smell, I mean, it's very strong. I don't know how intense the hot throw would be, but the cold throw it's strong. And that wick is just like the most off-center that you could almost have it be without it just being ridiculous. Like that's like a ½ inch in the wrong spot, but that's okay. The issue with the wicks being off center will be an uneven burn. So if the wick is further over to this side of the jar, this side is going to melt and pool faster. And if you don't let it burn all the way clear across, then you're gonna have a tunneling issue when you keep relighting the candle. So especially like if the wick, hopefully the wick is sized for the jar and it will actually, like the melting pool will reach the edges. But if it's not super well sized for the jar, then you're gonna get definite tunneling on this side of your candle. Alrighty, next up here, a pretty little box with the lady lips on it. What is this? Les Petites Sables. Authentiques Petites Sables Pure. Ooh, I think that means butter. B-E-U-R-R-E, butter? I think that's like French butter. Are these cookies? Ha, they're cookies. Yay! Okay, I wish I could read anything on here, like, good. Made in France, that's wonderful. Everything else is in French, oh no. They're butter cookies from France. Surely you can't go wrong with that. That sounds incredible. French butter is some of the best butter I've ever had, so I'm quite excited for these. Just got some little packets of the cookies here. Oh, this would be lovely with the tea. Oh, yeah, you can smell the butter in there. You can smell the cholesterol. It definitely smells very much like a shortbread kind of cookie, but it's super thin. So it's probably gonna be very like snappy, maybe a little bit crumbly. All right, let's give it a try. Precisely that. Oh, it's so good. I like that. I think that's very delicious. It's not very sweet at all whatsoever. Usually with a shortbread cookie, you're not gonna have a ton of sweetness. It's definitely not sweet, but it is very buttery, very rich. It has that nice kind of sandy crumble to it. These are delicious. These are very good. Alrighty, next up here, I think we have, oh, it's a little greeting card. Okay, but not your average greeting card. This is a pop-up greeting card with cherry blossoms, and it has a matching note card. Ooh, from fresh cut paper. Oh, and you can mail it like inside of this. That's nice. Okay. Well, that's a precious little tiny note card thing. That's super cute. I do love cherry blossoms. Ooh, got a little fold out here of other flowers and stuff you can get as pop-up little cards. Why do I feel like this is not what this is gonna look like? Not that I don't think that the card is gonna be pretty, but the images inside this little fold out here, like, that has the sheen and the 3 dimensions of like a real vase. Are these AI? These might be AI. Oh, I guess some of them are massive. Look at that lady holding that. That's a big one. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our little one here. I guess they have mini versions and larger versions. It says to open, squeeze vase and push up. Push to open, pull to close. Is that it? Is that? That doesn't look like the picture at all. I don't know if you could say this is false advertisement, but this picture and this do not look like the same thing. Okay, it is, I mean, it's cute. All right, that's good. You can actually take this part off. I was like, why would you want that stuck to it? And the other side like has advertisement for the brand on them. It doesn't stay open super great. Really doesn't stay open super great. Let's give it a little extra squish. Is there a way to like keep this from popping down? The inside here, this is the little thing that's keeping it open, and it doesn't like to stay that way. So you're supposed to push it up like that to keep it open, but like any type of movement, it just kind of, it's cute. It is cute. And I like the idea of it because a lot of times when you see pop-up cards like this, they're attached to a card already, so it's a little bit difficult to maybe like set them out and display them or something. So if you wanted to, if you got a card like this, you could put it out and, you know, not have like an actual card attached to it. I think they might just be overselling it a little bit in their fold outs, because like that looks like a full-on vase of, what are those, poppies? Peonies. And this does not look like a vase of cherry blossoms. I'm like struggling a little bit. Like I wanted this box to be better. I really did. Okay, let's move on to I think the last thing in here. It looks like a sizable item underneath all the crinkles. Okay, hold on. Is there another? No, that's it already. Well, it's cute. This is cute. Next up here, we have a little plate. And it's an interesting plate. It's not your average looking plate. I like the little scoop sides. There's a leaf pattern in the middle. It's kind of like a warm toned light gray color. I like that. It's a strange shape. I don't even know what you'd call this. It's just, I don't know, somewhat circular and also not like globular. Oh, it is microwave and dishwasher safe though. That's incredibly important. This is from Danica Heirloom. And you know, I think what's getting me here, again, made in China, a mass-produced item. If you're gonna send a plate, unless it's like intended to be a little trinket dish, and maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they're thinking, all right, where'd that candle go? You stick your candle on it and like some other things, it's now a trinket dish. I'm assuming it's meant for kitchen usage, food usage though, because it is dishwasher and microwave safe. So it would have been really nice if they would have included at least two. Because like I could see this being a very cute little dessert dish. You have one other person, you're a single person who lives by themselves, then you have somebody over and you have a dessert. This could be a fun little dessert thing. Maybe if you're doing just like a two-person charcuterie, precious. But now you just have one plate, one random plate. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not really a one random plate kind of person. So this would have to end up being some type of trinket dish for me. All right, let me look up some prices. We'll look up some prices real fast. We already have a general idea of how much the candle is. They do have some differing prices on there for this size of candle, between like $14 and $16. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's 16, just to help out with the bottom line there a little bit. The fresh cut little card here is $8.95. I mean, that's not too much more than a standard like run-of-the-mill grocery store card, but I still think the card industry in general is going like wacko over card prices. Please, for some reason, if anybody out there watching is ever in a scenario where you're buying me a gift, don't do that. But if any of my friends and or family are watching, you don't have to give me a card. Take that $6.50 and like buy me a couple candy bars and throw it into the bag. Or like, I don't know, get yourself some candy bars. Anything besides spending nearly $10 on a card. All right, for the little tin of tea, I'm having a bit of a hard time honestly finding a tin this small of the tea for sale. So the larger version, which is 1.75 ounces, is $16. This is only 0.53 ounces, so quite a bit smaller. Oh, it's available also on the Fair Wholesale website. Okay, let me see if I can find the small version on here. There we go. The mini tea canister, $4.50 or $8 MSRP, so $8. That's at least more, you know, valuable than the last bag of tea we got by just a little bit. See how much our one singular plate is worth. These people must be a big fan of the Fair wholesale market, like big fans. All right, $4.50 is the wholesale price, or you can get it for $9 MSRP. That's the suggested retail price. Alrighty, wow. Okie dokie. Let's write down the price of our one singular plate, $9. What do we have left? A little thing, oh no! Lost the cookies. A little thing of cookies that I've been tossing the cookies, and then the Fleur and Bee eye stuff. Le Petit Sablés, $6.98. Alrighty then. And then finally, last but hopefully not least, because we're struggling here a little bit, we have the eye cream. You know it's usually not gonna be the best outcome when you do the little Google Lens thingy and the first listings that pop up are eBay, 2 different Poshmark listings, one for $8 and then an Amazon link. So let's click the Amazon link and see what we're working with here. $90? We sure about that, Amazon? We sure about that? Okay. I guess that's how they're getting away with this box. The other box, I don't know what their excuse was, but on the Fleur NB website, this little eye cream is $90. All right, well, we at least got our value out of this box. How certain am I that this is worth $90? Not at all certain, but at least there is some claim of value here, so that's good. Let's do the total really fast for our second box. All right, our second box came to a grand total of $138.93. Much better than the last one. That's kind of an absurd difference between the two values of these different boxes. I don't know if I've ever seen a larger gap in between a subscription box value before. I don't know, maybe if they just got like a really good deal. They must have gotten a very good deal on the Fleur NB eye cream, because going from only $56 in value from the last box to $138 with a $90 eye cream, like that's a big difference. So something had to have happened between those two boxes, and I would say so they probably got these for very cheap. They probably did a big bulk deal. Maybe Fleur NB had overstocked. I don't know, but I'm fairly certain they got these for an extremely good deal to be able to put it inside of this box for it to make sense. Now, $138 value for a either $64, $62, or $60 box isn't insane. It's not unheard of, it's not absurd. Like that's, you know, for a regular kind of makeup skincare subscription, that's actually kind of bad. But for a more like small brand curated subscription, that's okay, it's fine. But we should be seeing that fairly consistently between the boxes, and obviously we're not, because that last box was really rough. This video is so much more ranty than I anticipated, and I'm sorry about that. This is just, I think, just fairly disappointing. The first box, I didn't think it was as bad. I'll link that video down below, but like in that video, we were trying to decide like if this is something that we should keep here on the channel, and I was like, maybe, I don't know, but I was just kind of on the edge about it. Now I'm like, no, this is not worth the money. Personally, I think this would be incredibly easy to recreate at the Home Goods. Like, it looks like this actually came from the Home Goods. You know how many little adorable tins of tea you can get at the Home Goods? Precious cards, candles that aren't $16, like cookies and snacks and things from different countries. This would be so easy to recreate for less money at the Home Goods. One individual plate, they got that all over the place. Let me know down below if you guys would like to see a Home Goods recreation of this. We usually do like home decor boxes if we're gonna recreate stuff, but this is just screaming Home Goods at me. Alrighty folks, that was everything, and I'm gonna go ahead and guess what y'all are gonna say. I'll put a poll up to vote. You guys can let me know down below in the comments, but I'm gonna say potentially our final Hygge box, because this was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. But you know, if you guys want to see if there's improvement or something, let me know. We can continue to get it if you guys are interested in it. But I personally, if I were you, I wouldn't pay money for it. I wouldn't pay this much money for things that you can go out, pick out yourself, and actually get items, smells, scents, tastes that you like, you better. For less money in at least one scenario. Of course. I've gotta start checking my emails. I just got an email yesterday, May 25th, that says, wonderful news! Your subscription at Shop Hygge Box has successfully renewed. Order confirmed. Only $177. I guess I'm locked in at that price because that's when I subscribed. But if you subscribe now, which I probably wouldn't, I don't know, it's more, it's $186. But that's good. That's so good. I'm so glad. I thought I would have like till maybe the first of the month or something to unsubscribe before they would renew my subscription, but nope. Nope, it was yesterday. Okie dokie. Lovely. All right, well, I guess we have 3 more Hygge boxes coming our way. Yippee! That is all I have for y'all today. Thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It means the absolute world to me. I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!